Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of WiiTalk, the podcast where we talk about games. I'm your host, Niall Edwards, and I'm joined by the other host of the show, Curtis Russell. How are you doing?
Wow, this is episode 10.
Yeah, it's the it's the
Wow.
big double digits.
Oh my god, it's like the decade. Like,
Yeah.
oh wow.
Yeah, well we couldn't have timed this better because, oh no, I just spilled my water. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, it's gone everywhere.
You spilled it on you?
Yeah, and like partly on my seat as well. So now I'm just sitting in water.
And if you never watched this or heard this podcast before, this is Niall in a nutshell. Like, literally, it's always the first 10 seconds of a podcast. Something stupid like this
Something
happens.
goes wrong. Yeah. So this is episode 10. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.
Oh my
Jeez.
goodness. Oh.
There is no better way of starting the 10th episode of this podcast than with that. Welcome, everyone.
This is so funny. Oh my goodness.
Because I thought to myself, you know what? I want to do a bit of a laid back episode. I'm laid down right now. I'm trying to relax a little bit. I just took a bit of a sip of a drink before I started the intro. I tried to put the lid back on with one hand because I'm holding the mic in the other. I just hit it slightly wrong and it all comes tumbling down. Oh, it's gone everywhere.
Oh my goodness. This is an amazing way to start the podcast.
So you listen to WiiTalk, a podcast about video games. But yeah, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. That was amazing. Yeah, I'm doing good. Of course, just came back from, I guess you can say, vacation, even though I worked, but I'm doing fine though, just a little tired.
Yeah, of course. But you went over to California, didn't you?
Yeah, my home state where I grew up in. Went to California to the Game Awards.
Whoa.
Yep.
So, shall we jump into that then?
Yeah, let's jump right into the Game Awards, man. Let's do it.
So, first of all, what was it that won Best Game of the Year?
That one Game of the Year was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Sekiro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well deserved, I reckon.
I think so. You know, if you guys do watch the Soul Dojo, I mean, this coming up really soon. We're about to hit 300 videos on the Soul Dojo. So yeah, a lot of work has been done on there. But if you go back and you look at when Sekiro first came out, I was on there saying, yo, this is Game of the Year. This is going to be Game of the Year, and it's going to win it. Doesn't matter what Resident Evil says, Death Stranding. I was like, this is going to win it. And I believe on our predictions, I believe I said Sekiro also. So I think it's well deserved, and From Software is just so good at making games.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but I know a lot of people loved it, so I'm happy that it won ultimately. And yeah, very very solid game by all accounts.
Yes.
But that's I don't go to the game. Well, I didn't go to the Game Awards, but I don't watch the Game Awards to find out what won Game of the Year. I personally tune in for those sweet announcements.
The sweet announcements.
Boy, did we get one!
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
The Xbox, the new Xbox, which is apparently, I read an article by Business Insider the other day.
Yeah.
It said it's not actually called Xbox Series X, it's just called Xbox, and then
Right.
like Series X is like almost like a second title.
Yeah, it's like a serious name. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, you know what? And I watched your reaction video, and straight away I think you nailed it on the head. It looks like a PC.
yeah.
It did.
And that's what they've gone for.
Yeah, exactly, totally. And it's like that the Xbox, that one is supposed to be the more higher end, and then they're gonna kind of, I guess, do downgraded versions of it. What's his name? Phil Spencer was up there talking about, innovation, all that stuff he always talks about, and I'm actually really excited because what followed up with that was the Hellblade. You guys, like, of course, if you heard this podcast, I talk about Hellblade all the time. Hellblade Senua's Saga, which is the new one that from Ninja Theory, is going to be like a title that's on the Xbox, the new Xbox. And I think that is probably the best trailer I've seen all year. It was
good.
Amazing. And for a game that is so good, so rich in story, for Xbox to come out and lead with that shows that they are changing it up. Like, they're not focused on, hey, you can put Netflix on the on the Xbox. You can watch your cable, this and that. The things that they messed up. You know what I'm saying? The things that they messed
Yeah.
up. Yeah, totally. Like things that they messed up in the beginning of this console generation, they're not doing it. And I'm really impressed with Xbox. I really am.
Yeah, and like I'm you probably know this, I'm not a massive Hellblade fan. I didn't enjoy the first game. I actually played it on Game Pass, funnily enough. But I've never really enjoyed that game. I tried getting into it, played about the first 2 hours, and I just felt it quite like pandering and just it wasn't my cup of tea. This trailer, I am 100% into. 100%.
Yeah,
I
and
loved it. And
to be honest with you, if you don't like the first game, you might not like this second. If it's anything like it, because I understand you not liking it, because you got to be invested into that story 100%. You
which
got
I
to.
was not.
Yeah, obviously, like you got to be into like the Norse mythology and I guess like understanding of the, and I'm not calling you stupid now. I'm not calling you stupid at all. I don't want to no, just
How
like
dare you?
the understanding of like a mental illness, you know, like and having the headphones on and kind of getting that experience. So it was a game that you had to kind of experience and kind of walk through and you know.
But I think because I don't want to go into it too much, but I've
Mhm.
had stuff like that, and I go through stuff like that,
Yeah.
and to me, it felt like it was trying to, like, I don't know how to put it without like seeming really snidey, but like it felt like it just wasn't doing what it wanted to do, and from someone who like has gone through a lot of things like that, not the exact same thing, but like
Yeah.
I've experienced what it's kind of trying to portray.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it did a really shitty job, and it just made me feel like bad and uncomfortable watching this all happen in this like glorified, um, like just sort of, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it really was about it. Like I'm trying to just sort of dance around it a little bit because I don't want to say anything too specific.
No, I
But,
completely understand. It are are we still talking about the Xbox, right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I just wasn't
Um,
too sure. No, no, no. And I understand that, but I loved the game. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, with that. So what else with this Xbox? Do we really know? We know it has ray tracing. We know it's gonna be backwards compatibility with all the Xbox generations,
yeah,
which is nuts.
that's interesting.
Yeah, that is crazy. And I really think that when it comes to this whole console war, I really hope like Sony people, or not just Sony people, but I really hope people are starting to like really understand that like this is kind of 2 years in the making when it comes to Xbox, because we've
Yeah,
seen them. I think I've talked about it before. We've seen them acquire these 15 companies. Now we're starting to see. There's a game called Everwild from Rare that they're making. That's going to be an exclusive on Xbox. Then you got Hellblade. Then you got Halo. Then you got Playground's new RPG. So it's like you're getting all these awesome titles. You're not getting the crappy Crackdown anymore. You're not getting the half-done Halo 5 or half-assed Halo 5. Like you're not getting those games. You're getting new games, or you're getting better games, and they're focusing on those exclusives. So, and I think that's one thing that Xbox needed to focus on. And I don't know how many times I've said it, talking about Xbox, where I had to be like, look, I'm not a PlayStation fanboy because I was praising PlayStation so much, but I'm so excited about what's to come from Xbox. So excited.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, this reveal trailer did everything I wanted it to do, and I think I said this in our last episode, or maybe the episode before that. But like, I want an Xbox that I can basically use as a PC, and I think that's the best thing that Microsoft could have done with the Xbox. I
Right.
predicted this basically. I predicted the unpredictable. But this is everything I sort of wanted from this. Is absolutely perfect, and because the Xbox One has mouse and keyboard support, not on all games, but I think like Minecraft, Overwatch, and like
Yeah.
a couple others
Yeah.
support it.
Yeah.
If by some miracle they manage to have every single game have mouse and keyboard support on this, I will be all over it. Like I'm already getting it.
Yeah,
But
it,
just
it
if
would
it
be
has
like a
that mouse and keyboard
mid-table.
support,
Yeah, it'd be like a mid-table PC.
yeah,
That's what he would be like. Because I do not see, if Xbox goes over $600 with this, I don't see it coming off shelves like that.
but if it's got ray tracing, it'll be like about the quality that maybe £1,500 PC would be for roughly 500,
Yeah,
which
and
is
I think
so perfect.
right, and as gamers we understand that, but I don't think people that you like I don't think it would appeal to a wider audience, that kind of selling point. Like, well, it has ray tracing, it's 120 frames per second. I don't think enough people would get sold on that.
Yeah, yeah, I do agree
Like the
with that.
casual people, like there's more casuals than hardcore people, you feel me? So I don't
Mm.
think a lot of people are gonna be like, oh yeah, it has that and this and that, like, oh well, yeah, I'm gonna go and get it. Like, no, me and you will get it, but I don't think a lot of people would get it. It's like, well, it's $600. What am I paying $600 for? Or you're paying for the processor, you're paying for the 160, you're paying for the 120 frames per second, you're paying for the ray tracing, you're paying for this amazing motherboard, all this stuff, and it's like, no, I'm just gonna get a PlayStation 5 that costs $499, you know? So
Yeah.
that's my issue with that.
I saw another rumor, and I can't remember what the source was, so take this with the biggest of pinches of salt. But apparently, there's some analysts that are now saying it's going to be £399. So that's
Brr.
not that bad. That's pretty good.
If that's $400, like that's gonna surprise me.
And it will sell
That's
like
gonna surprise
hotcakes.
me.
What is
Oh
essentially
man.
a gaming PC that would cost
Yeah.
£1,000 more for 400, like that's gonna fly off the
Mm-hmm.
shelves. So
I would have to kind of compare and contrast, like if it's as strong as the PC I have right now, because the PC I have right now is like, it's kind of over the line of mid table. It's not super, but it's like over the line of mid table. So I would have to see if it's better, because if it is, I'll get one. But I like the fact that PC and micro and Xbox are basically the same thing, so I can still play. I can still play Hellblade. You know,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Um,
So I really want to buy it, but if I don't have to, I probably won't.
I think the biggest sell for me is it seems as well as like being about a mid range PC,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a lot easier than buying a PC is, because there's a lot of real
Yeah,
confusing stuff with buying a PC. Even for me, who's
yeah.
really into games and technology, I have no idea where I'm starting with any of this stuff.
Right.
And with
That's
this, it's
true.
just like it's got the console factor of here is a box that you plug into your TV or monitor or whatever, but
Right.
then it's also got the PC sort of look and where you can put like I'm gonna plug when I get it, I'll plug it into a monitor at a desk. I'm not plugging it into my TV. I'll be plugging it into a monitor at a desk with a mouse and keyboard hooked up to it, hopefully, and just
Nice.
that's how I run it. I'll treat it basically as if it's a PC.
Ain't it beautiful that you can do that here in gaming? Gaming is becoming so flexible now, like especially with crossplay, and you see how Microsoft has been really open with crossplay, and it's just been great. It's just really been great.
Yeah. Well, you were speaking about Halo before. Here's something that totally took me by surprise.
Uh huh.
The Halo Master Chief Collection is rumored to come to the
Yes.
Nintendo Switch,
Uh huh.
joining Cuphead and Ori Will of the Wisps with Microsoft exclusives that have come to the
Mm-hmm.
Switch. This is crazy.
I I think if it happens, it's absolutely nuts, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think
it was a
it's gonna
post
happen.
on Reset Era provided by King
Mm-hmm.
Zell's account. It suggests that something Halo related is coming to the Switch. The account has been linked with past rumors that have proven true, giving what it
Mm.
says giving what it says more clout, according to Express. That is word for word what Express.co.uk said. It gives it
Yeah.
more clout. Um,
Gives it more clout. Wow.
it should be pointed out that there are no real details a part of this new leak, with Kingsdale writing, "I'm definitely not back, just dropped by to say hello." This was in reply to the account coming out of status to say something new, followed by another account linking a Halo announcement to a future Nintendo Direct. So that's according to, again, express.co.uk. So it heavily points towards something Halo on Switch, and
Yeah.
I would be pumped for that.
It would be so cool, but I have this thing where I don't know why people think it's because of crossplay why this is all happening. I don't really think that's why. I think Microsoft and Nintendo just have this weird thing with each other. But even like MLB, the show that's on PlayStation, which is a baseball game on PlayStation, PlayStation's kind of given up the rights to just have it on PlayStation to kind of give it to everybody, give it to every console, even Switch is getting it. So I really wonder what is it because they want more money? Is it because you want more sales out of the game? Because I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we've heard a rumor about this before. Actually, I think a couple of months ago they were saying that the Master Chief Collection was coming to Switch before, but I guess we would have to see. I'm enjoying it on PC, but I guess we're just gonna have to see with that.
Yeah, but I'm super excited to see if that happens, even though I know full well that it almost definitely will not.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool, and then crossplay with other people on PC and Xbox. It'd be cool.
Yeah. The next bit of news, I think it's the last bit of news before we jump into our main topic because we got a lot to talk about with that. It's the Outer Worlds DLC has been confirmed and it's coming in 2020. Now,
are we still talking about the Game Awards?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
If you want to say anything more about the Game Awards,
just real quick. Just in case if people are watching, they did show an extended trailer of Ghost of Tsushima. It was really nice. Sucker Punch. I don't know what I'm gonna feel about this game because I felt like I played Ghost of Tsushima already with Sekiro, so it's like I don't know. Details on Ghost of Tsushima is I feel like they're kind of getting the Breath of the Wild kind of thing going on because in Breath of the Wild you don't really have waypoints. Like you have objectives, but you're not dragged along. You know what I'm saying? In Breath of the Wild, you kind of get what I'm saying?
Oh, I tell you what, I was so expecting a Breath of the Wild 2 announcement at the Game Awards, like a
that would have been
day
sick.
or like a new trailer. Like I was,
that would have been sick.
And I went into it like I shouldn't have done this, but I went into it thinking there is no way on earth that we do not get an announcement for this. Like that's the reason I stayed up at like 1 a.m. to watch it.
And they didn't show it.
Like. I wasn't even mad at Nintendo. I was mad at myself for believing in them for once. But yeah, Outer Worlds DLC is coming in 2020. What do you think of this?
An Outer Worlds DLC. I mean, it was about time. I mean, I think they did say they was gonna support it, and I mean, adding on to that game, it's great. Game of the Year contender. I mean, it was a great game. I think you played it too, right?
Yeah. I've not played. I'm about 6 hours in. As I talked about last episode, my save file got corrupted, so I haven't been able to carry on. But I am hoping to jump back into it in the coming weeks.
So we'll probably definitely see it in 2020, as this article suggests. But yeah, I really want to see if they extend anything, like maybe a little bit of ship customization, maybe adding in new planets, what new characters, more dialogue from Parvati would be nice. Like anything Outer Worlds. I don't think they can really do wrong. I mean, it's such a solid game.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what that is. I do want to finish the campaign. It's not a very long campaign, so I should be alright. But I want to get done with Death Stranding before anything else.
Yeah.
So before we go on to our main topic, here's a quick little break. You're currently listening to the WiiTalk podcast, available on Apple, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts, including the WiiTalk website. On the site, Curtis Russell and myself write articles about current news stories, as well as writing opinion pieces about a certain topic. It's also the best way to find out how you can get in contact with the show. As well as the articles, you can sign up so that you can leave comments, you can use the live chat feature, which can be found in the bottom right corner, or you can stream and download the podcast. We aim to be a reliable news site that covers only the most important topics, instead of spamming your feed. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, head over to www.we-talk.com. That's www.we-talk.com. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the show on YouTube or ask us questions by tweeting us and using the hashtag WeTalkPod. Now it's time to go back to the show. Hope you enjoy the rest of this episode.
And we are back on the WiiTalk podcast, episode 10. Woo! Yo, so your ad-libbing, Niall, is just on point. Like during the break, you actually explained to me that you actually spilled water. Like I thought you were so hyped about Xbox. I was just like, oh yeah, let's get enthusiastic on it.
If you listen to that bit and you hear me in the background going, oh, it's because I spilled my water a second time.
That's ridiculous. So we're going to bring in our main topic, Game of the Decade, which I almost had a complete feud with you on Twitter. Got to the Twitter fingers.
So this is gonna be explosive. Get ready, guys.
Oh yeah, big time. Now I want to hear because me and you went through all 10 years, and we said, you know what, this game is game of the year this year. This is my favorite game of this year. I want to hear your list, and we'll compare it to what I have, and we'll kill each other.
So are we doing it one at a time like we did with the game modes, or are we doing it all at once?
Yeah, we'll do it one at a time.
Let's start off with 2010.
2010. What music was out during 2010?
Would it have been Daft Punk, Get Lucky, maybe?
That was 2010?
Maybe.
I don't think that was 2010.
I might be way off there. 2010 songs.
With Pharrell? How old were you, like 4?
I was 6. You said that last time as well. But I was going to mention that because of me being so young, I haven't played like all the games from every single one of these years.
Yeah.
So there are going to be some gaps. But 2010 was California Girls by Katy Perry, Love the Way You Lie, Eminem, Forget You, CeeLo Green, Rolling in the Deep, Adele, Firework, Katy Perry, Runaway by Kanye West.
Oh yeah. Yeah, his album My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what music? Well, what games were you playing listening to this music, basically?
Yeah. So, my game of the year for 2010 is Mario Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2.
This came out on both the Wii, and then I believe it got a port to the Wii U when the Wii U came out. But I absolutely love the Mario Galaxy games. Just the level design was really interested in them. I feel like the level design in 2 was much better than 1, which I think is a bit of an unpopular opinion. But I think they definitely took the few years between the two games and really refined what was so good about 1. The one thing I would say about 2 is that the map is a lot less interesting. In the first one, you sort of have like a hub world, whereas in this it's kind of like your normal 2D Mario map that you walk around. But it's a very colourful game, very fun to play. The controls are smooth as silk. Everything feels really good to control. Did you play this?
I played the first one. Played Mario Galaxy 1, which came out. Did that come out in 2009 or 2008?
One of the two.
One of the two. Yeah, you were probably 0.
Shut up.
No, I played the first one. Didn't play the second one because at that time in 2010 I wasn't really playing Nintendo games as much. So I missed out on like playing a whole bunch of like games like Twilight Princess and stuff. So I kind of missed out on that Legend of Zelda game. But my 2010 pick is actually Halo Reach. Now,
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
No. It's Halo Reach, and this is a hard one for me because at that time you had Red Dead Redemption, you had Mass Effect 2, and then you had God of War 3, which all those games are amazing in their own right. But I say Halo Reach strictly because like it's still the only game I can play online all the time, consistently, and I love the story, and I thought it was a genuinely good game away from your traditional Master Chief story. So it's Halo, and it's my favorite shooter. It's one of my favorite shooters of all time. So I absolutely love it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm also doing an article on this on the WiiTalk website, so it should be up by tomorrow, hopefully, and you guys can check that out in a little bit more depth of my picks.
I will also do that.
Nice.
Just one other shout out to a game that came out this year. You did just mention it, but I feel like we're talking about it. We gotta at least mention Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Real good game. PS3. I was really hoping for a PS4 port at some point. I would have wanted one like around the time that 2 came out.
They didn't even do PC.
Yeah, well, the issue with it at the time was like the code behind it was so messed up and like janky the way they developed it that they could barely get it on the consoles at the time.
Wow.
And so they tried to do a PC port at the time, but again the code was so just weird that they couldn't fit it over. And then because the PS3 and Xbox 360 have like a completely different infrastructure to the PS4 and Xbox One, they just couldn't do it probably. But like that's mental. That like I would have loved to see them do something, but maybe with the Xbox Series X and the PS5 we'll see them maybe upgrade, like do like a remaster or like a complete remake or something.
Yeah, that would be great. I didn't know that though. Like, wow, the more you know though.
Yeah, absolutely. 2011. Batman Arkham City is my one. I got this game. I actually played the Wii U version, which I didn't even know existed until I got it. Which is so I'm not sure if I played like a significantly downgraded version.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, but honestly, even if I did, I loved this game. I loved it so much. Sequel to one of my favorite games of all time, Arkham Asylum. I only played it about a year ago, but it's
Yeah.
just one of my favorite games. I'm a massive Batman fan,
I do
and
like those
this
Batman
game just
games.
hits the nail on the head.
Yeah. I do like those Batman games. They're really good. So there was a bit of silence from me because your pick is crap, to be honest with you. In
It is not.
2011, there's only one game.
I know what you're gonna say. I'm ready to boo it. I'm
There's
ready to
only
boo
one game to pick from, and it's Todd Howard's baby.
it. Boo.
Of course, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I mean, come on
No.
now. You're talking
No.
about a game. Look, and you know what, Niall? I can't wait for you to read the article because I'm gonna probably say the same exact thing. It's a game that has innovated the way we play open world games. It's a game that innovated the way that developers have made open world games. When you look at Red Dead Redemption 2, they took from Skyrim. This game has maintained relevancy for 9 years due to mods and remasters to many consoles. And it's a game that, I mean, obviously you already know what I'm gonna pick for game of the decade, and this game is just phenomenal. It's amazing. It is amazing. I don't know why you're not into it. Because you was like 4 at the time. I don't know. But
Yeah, well, that was a really good description of Breath of the Wild he just did. One issue has not been out for 9 years, so I don't know where you're getting that from, but
that is funny. That is real funny. But yeah, there goes the first one. There goes the first one where you just
I've not, and I think I said to you it might have been off air, but I want to give it another chance. But I tried to play it 3 times on 2 different consoles, and I couldn't get into it. It's I don't care about the big dragon. I go to the town and all I hear is just "Hey there, traveler" over and over again. Like it's just I don't
I
it's
feel
just,
like
it's
with the same thing. It is without mods. It is very. Skyrim is actually starting to show its age now. It really is. But without mods, like it's not unplayable, but you should have mods. But I feel like what consoles did you play it on? Like because you played it recently. Like you didn't play it back in like 2013 or something. You played it like what 2018?
I played it in like 2015, I think,
2015. Okay.
on the Xbox, and then I played it again on the Switch last year, I think. And I mean that water looks pretty good, but other than that, like
I think you have to have played it like during the time it was out, like because when I played it literally like in March of 2012, so it just came out in the November, and no, I played it in May, and I just graduated high school, and like that took my whole summer, like that game completely decimated my whole entire summer. Like I was like making pallets on the floor playing it. And I would fall asleep playing it. Like I loved it to death. Like I loved Skyrim. Like it was an amazing game. So maybe it's the Ocarina of Time thing. Maybe you got to play it like when it was booming. You know, it could be that. But yeah, during the time I played it, it was great. Cause I play it now, and I'm like, all right, I gotta stop playing this for a little bit.
yeah. Well, I do want to quickly mention Ocarina of Time. I played a bit more of it, and I got past a certain point. And I'm kind of starting to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting back into it. I think that it was just a little bit where, especially because I was trying to play it for YouTube,
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't the best idea. I'm starting to get back into it. I think it's picking up the pace a little bit.
Good.
So we'll see how I feel about it in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get to where I am with it, but as long as you can admit, no, that's a good game, I'll be alright. So,
I respect it as a good game now. I think.
Yeah, it's awesome
for now.
So,
I've always
2012.
As I said that. 2012, I have CS:GO, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Incredible game. I'm not usually massively into multiplayer games, but I picked it up. Must have been about 9-10 months ago because it became free on Steam because Steam's obviously Valve's own service and Valve makes CS:GO.
Right.
But it came out for free, and I've just been absolutely loving it since. And that's even with me playing it on a Mac. Like, it shows that anything can be possible when a game is good enough. It doesn't matter what console you play Skyrim on; it's still bad. But it's just absolutely incredible. I prefer to play it with mates than going on any public servers because it's just them kids shouting in Russian at you. But when playing it with mates, it's so much fun. Some of the jokes you can make. There's some really good online modes. Like there's one where it's like, I think it's quite similar to a Call of Duty mode where you start off with a pretty bad gun, and then the more people you kill, the better gun you get, and you slowly rank up until you've got like the golden knife, and you have to use that knife to kill someone, then you win the game. There's also like this sniper mode where the only gun you can use is snipers, but you've all got like mega zero gravity jumps, and it's just cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's so much to do in this game. I've wasted hours and hours on it.
And it's one of the best like esports games too. It's really entertaining to watch, and I think I remember watching a documentary on these guys from Brazil that like moved to like Santa Monica, California, and they joined a team and they played that game for 14 hours a day, and they had positions like, I mean, it was a lot, like everything they went through to become a team and like be as good as they got. Like it was a lot, and but the game does look fun. It looks like a lot of people take it really serious.
Yeah, well, to me, it's what I always wanted Call of Duty to be. Like, I do have a Call of Duty game on this list. I'm not just on Call of Duty there.
I can't wait to hear which one that is. So me, I don't think me and you are gonna fight over 2012. I think me and you, I think I respect your pick enough. Mine, I don't think people really saw this one coming. At the very tail end of 2012, there was a game called Far Cry 3.
Yes.
Yep. It is Ubisoft's best effort at a game, period, I think. I think when you look at how Ubisoft makes games, and they make every game basically the same with the same outline, this was the best of it. And this was a game that one of my first games I ever really played where like it's a first-person shooter, but it has like these RPG elements along with this really good story that really felt like you were really in trouble. Like I really got scared playing this game because it's like Voss he's one of the best villains ever in a game. He has to be top 5 because the guy who played him really brought that level of insanity, and the things that happened in that game just really made me feel some type of way with the character, who I think his name was Jason Brody or something. But I mean, that game really made you feel like, oh my God, like this dude is serious. And then on top of that, they had like those little series on YouTube where like he's like sticking people's heads or their whole body in the sand and then putting like a tarantula in a bowl and putting the bowl on his head and stuff like that. They were doing stupid stuff like that. But yeah, I love Far Cry 3. It's the best Far Cry game. It's one of the best Ubisoft games.
Yeah, I've not played it, but I really want to.
Mm-hmm.
I've spilt the water again.
What is your problem with
I'm putting it away. I'm moving it away from me. I don't deserve it. Ugh,
That's right. What you get for talking about Skyrim. I bet you Todd Howard's behind you like, yeah, got you again.
He's knocking it over when I'm not looking. There's water everywhere.
Oh my God, Niall.
Hang on, I need to move my laptop because it's going to get everywhere.
I'm just...
Right.
This episode is called Spilled Water. I'm just...
I would, but then it won't get any views. Like,
if there's any water company listening, just sponsor us.
Well, if what's the brand of water?
In America, we got a few. We got Aquafina.
Well, this one I've got right here is called Crystalline Water. So if Crystalline Water wants to sponsor us, please go ahead.
Yeah. That would be a funny promotion. Like you would just be like, "Hey, my name is Niall Edwards." I'm not doing your British voice, but it's like, "Hey, my name is Niall Edwards, and when I'm doing WiiTalk, I like to spill crystal, whatever the hell that is, on me while I'm doing it." Like I'm.
We could do that thing where, you know, when like a big movie comes out, like a Star Wars or something, and they have like the characters on the side of the bottle. They could put Armies on the side of the bottle.
Hey, perfect. Hey, hey, this is a big opportunity for that company. They need to get with it.
Guys, get on it. Get on. Everyone listening to this, get on Twitter. See if Crystalline Water's got a Twitter account. Tweet at them. First of all, update your logo because it looks like it's from the 80s, and then get WiiTalk to sponsor you.
Nice. 2013,
Right.
Niall.
2013.
Yeah.
You wanted to know what Call of Duty game it was? I've got here Call of Duty Ghosts. Now,
Really?
this was a real tough year for me to pick from because there was a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
So my full list is actually Call of Duty Ghosts, Tomb Raider, and Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
But I do want to focus in here on Call of Duty Ghosts. It came out, it was the first Call of Duty on PS4. It also came out on PS3, I believe.
Yeah, it did.
Funnily enough, this is the one people don't seem to like too much. But I'm not sure if that's because of the multiplayer or the campaign. I have only played the campaign, and I absolutely adored it. Like it's got this real interesting story. The level design is really interesting. There's some great places to like hide under. There's this one the dog in it. There's this dog that you can. Oh, it's so cool. It follows you around. There's some levels where you have to like be near the dog. It's cool. There's like the dog has a camera on its back, and you get to control the dog in one level. It's sick.
Wow.
Right. If there is a dog in a game, it automatically becomes my game of the year for that year. So, CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk. It's not too late to add a dog in. So
wow, perfect. Well, so my homie,
I love this one.
Jay, who does the So Dojo podcast with me, he says like Black Ops has an amazing campaign also.
Dog? Oh.
Dog. Yeah, probably the dog too, but the campaign is like great. Like it's something that is very different in shooters, so I believe that. I really believe that. My pick is The Last of Us.
Yeah, that was another one this year that I was tempted to put in.
Yeah, I saw GTA 5. You got the Tomb Raider reboot, which was great. The Last of Us just did it for me. I mean, we just they just released it on PlayStation 4 for free about 2 months ago for the PS if you have the PlayStation Plus and stuff. But no, I've recently played it again, and it's still just so emotionally good. Like, because it's just it's a sad story. The characters are great. You can really get behind them. They're very believable, and the gameplay is good. And I can't wait for The Last of Us Part 2. So, yeah, The Last of Us for 2013. That's what's up. I think me and you for 2014 are definitely going to be on opposites here.
We'll just quickly with The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those games that are on my pile of shame where I've played the first maybe hour, 2 hours of it, and I really liked it, but I haven't had the time to go back in on it.
Yeah.
I do want to just quickly touch on, you mentioned it, I've got the Tomb Raider reboot on my list for 2013.
Yeah.
That was on Game Pass where I played that. I love Xbox Game Pass so much.
Oh, so good.
But
so good.
it's a really, really good game. Some of the controls can be a bit janky at times. Other than that, really, really fun. And then also Super Mario 3D World, purely for just how beautiful some of the level design is in that. Nice. And there's some really good boss fights with Bowser that I love.
That Tomb Raider game was really good, but I think over the course of the other two, I think Laura became a very bland character, because in the first one, like, she was in her depth, like she was like the new, she was getting into being the Tomb Raider or whatever, and voyaging or whatever you call it, raiding the tombs. And then, like, I don't know, when I played the third one, I'm like, why is she such a bland character? Like, she has no emotion. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I haven't played any of the second two.
Yeah.
I know they're on Stadia. Woo! So
oh my god.
That's me never playing them. Just for the record, if a game ever touches Stadia, I'm not playing it on any platform, just so I can stay as far away from Stadia as possible.
Oh my god.
Wanted to get Football Manager 2020. I can't now. It's been ruined for me.
Oh wow.
That's not true. I'll play any game. I don't care. I'll get Stadia at some point. I'm a sucker. But 2014. I want to see you lead in with this one because my pick is probably a bit controversial.
Probably a bit controversial. Okay, so I'm going with Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, an EA game, I know. I liked Dragon Age Inquisition. Out of all the other games, I understand if someone wanted to make a case for Dark Souls 2, I'd understand. If somebody wants to say Shadow of Mordor, I really understand. But I really liked Dragon Age Inquisition. It was really cool, kind of having your own Inquisition and kind of making that work. I liked a lot of the characters. I found the gay mage pretty funny too. Of course, yeah. EA had to go all. This is the first gay character and all that crazy stuff. But yeah, it was a really good game. Some people don't like it for some reason, but I mean, it won Game of the Year that year. But I really liked it, and I think it deserved Game of the Year.
Right. My one is, and I know people are gonna hate me for this, saying I can't pick this as a Game of the Year. I don't see why not. It's Mario Kart 8.
Oh wow.
Incredibly fun game.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say a Mario Kart can't be a contestant for Game of the Year. It's too shallow. If I have fun with it, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, it's
and
your
this
opinion.
was my favorite game that I played of that year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't see any problem with that.
You better not. I'll drop the mic. I dropped my mic.
Oh my goodness.
I'm using a different mic to talk to you, Curtis, so you won't have heard that. But when you listen back to the episode, you'll just hear me going, "You better not." Boom. So,
what happened?
what did he do?
That's funny. 2015.
Right. I've got here Star Wars Battlefront.
Come on.
So
Jesus.
EA game, I know. Note, not Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I understand.
I would never put that anywhere near my list.
Right.
But I would. It's a pretty good game. But I genuinely, to this day will defend Star Wars Battlefront 2 to some extent. But Star Wars Battlefront, I love this game. Maybe not for the content itself, but just for the memories I have of it. On top of that, like, I literally, until Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out 2 years later, I played this almost every day. And my memories of it range from me playing it every night with my friends to me literally for like a solid year, instead of waking up at like 8 o'clock for school like I normally do, waking up at 6:30, making a pancake, making myself a cup of tea, sitting down and playing this just for an hour before school.
Wow.
And it's just memories like that just are incredible. And I love playing skirmish on it. I love playing multiplayer. Heroes versus villains was incredible. There was no real single-player campaign to it, which was a shame, because I reckon that would have absolutely ruled. But I love everything about this game. The character design is really good. All the characters are insanely well-balanced. It's not broken like Star Wars Battlefront 2 can be sometimes. Microtransactions don't affect anything other than cosmetics too much.
Yeah.
So I think this is the perfect multiplayer Star Wars game. And I do like Star Wars Battlefront 2's story mode. I don't like the multiplayer as much because it was riddled with microtransactions at launch, and they did try and correct it, but there was a lot of issues with that.
Yeah.
But Star Wars Battlefront 2 single player is incredible. I haven't played Fallen Order yet, but if that's anything like the Battlefront 2 single player, I'll be 100% okay with that game.
I'm pretty sure
Star
it's
Wars
like
Battlefront,
way better. It is.
Yeah,
it's way different.
Exactly.
Yeah. Funny.
Star Wars Battlefront 2015, my game of the year.
Okay. Yeah, that's a funny pick. I liked that one. I did play a good bit of it. I did like it. Not enough to be like, 2015, The Witcher 3. I mean, there's nothing else I could say about that. I mean, it's an amazing game. I'm playing it again right now. The dialogue in that game is absolutely amazing. The characters, they're so easy to get behind. The open world is phenomenal. The lighting is absolutely superb. Like, I don't think there's any lighting better than any other game than this game. And it's literally one of the perfect games, one of the best games to actually come out in the last 10 years. I think Mario Maker is a good one to say. I have never really played Mario Maker, but I know that a lot of people like Mario Maker. And then
that's in my honorable mentions for this year. And I do just want to quickly mention, I was so tempted to put Witcher 3 in, but it would have been the only game in this list that I haven't played that I put on, so I didn't really want to do that.
I got you.
I'm desperate to play it soon.
Yeah.
It's coming to Game Pass, so the moment I get my Xbox, I'm gonna be all over that game.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be sick on Game Pass. It's gonna be sick to play.
And then the TV show comes out on Friday, doesn't it?
Oh,
Netflix.
Does it?
Yeah, it's
Does
Friday.
it? Oh,
at least in the UK.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it. Another one I have is Bloodborne. Bloodborne is actually one of my favorite PlayStation exclusives. I love that game. It's so good. It has that. I really like Victorian age, Europe and stuff like that. So that game kind of takes place in that era. So I really, really, really love the world of it. I like that, how the whole plague stuff and the vampires and stuff, all that stuff is really cool. So yeah, really good game. But The Witcher 3 is 2015 for me.
Yeah, one more honorable mention that I wanted to just slam in here is, I should have said slam like that, is Splatoon. Splatoon is so
The first
good.
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never played this for the first one, but I love Splatoon.
Real good. But just not quite Game of the Year worthy.
Yeah, love Splatoon 2. Love it. So cool. 2016, mine.
Oh jeez. Hang on. Oh no.
I was like, what?
Sorry, my volume just went up like somehow. Oh, I dropped my mic now. My volume just somehow went up like 600%.
Yeah.
So I tried to put the Celtic game on in the background, and all of a sudden it was just like the commentary was so loud.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've just little insight for the listeners. I've put the Celtic game on my Mac, so I can now watch it in the background.
What were we on? 2016. 2016 was a weird one. I mean, I like the games. I just feel like it's kind of a weak lineup, but I think I know which one yours is gonna be, and I kind of agree with it too.
Okay. What do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be Overwatch.
Oh, okay, right. Overwatch is my honorable mention. I was this close to putting it in.
Yeah.
But
You're going with Doom.
It's Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Doom.
Yeah. I knew you was going with Doom because that was a good game too. I'm actually going with Uncharted 4. This is not because I don't like Overwatch, don't like Doom, don't like Titanfall 2. That has nothing to do with it. It's literally, I literally just said screw it. Uncharted. I'll just throw it on there. But and it's because it's the only one that I've played more than any of the other ones. I haven't really played Overwatch before. I've played a little bit of Doom, and I played a medium-sized amount of Titanfall 2, but I played a good bit of Uncharted 4. So I'm going to go with Uncharted 4, Nathan Drake. It's a great game.
Yeah, with Doom, I find the graphics are just incredible. The story is hit or miss. I guess they never miss her, but it's...
Are you kidding me?
I'm so sorry.
Did you really just do that? Like now?
But the story, it's just there to sort of get you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hit or miss. I guess they never miss her. I did the same joke
You didn't
again.
have to do it again.
But yeah, I absolutely love the game. It's one of my favorite games of all time, I reckon. It's just so fun. Doing gory kills or glory kills or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Just watching Doomslayer rip open some demon's head. It's incredible. I love it so much.
I like it. 2017.
Breath of the Wild. And if you say anything else, I'm ending the podcast from right now so I can watch this Celtic match. I will not hesitate. I've got other stuff to be doing. If you don't say Breath of the Wild, I swear. Come on, Curtis.
It's Breath of the Wild.
I was this close. Oh
no! Of course it's Breath of the Wild. Like, why would it be Mario Odyssey or Horizon Zero Dawn? Like, Mario Odyssey is great, but Breath of the Wild did something completely different. And Breath of the Wild took down all the barriers. And Breath of the Wild is just what an open world game should be, and it did exactly what it was set up to do. And like I said before the podcast, the game, it's amazing how the game just gives you one objective: defeat Ganon. And you have to figure out how you want to do it. And the game doesn't necessarily have any stats with it, so you can kind of basically do whatever the hell you want. And you are learning as much about this world as Link is. And it really shows within the memories and how the game navigates you through the world. And it's just a stellar, one of the best games ever created. I'm just gonna say.
100%.
It is phenomenal. It begs for more playthroughs, and it's an A1. It is 10 out of 10. It's an amazing game. Amazing.
Breath of the Wild is what your delirious little brain thinks Skyrim is. This game is incredible.
It is.
From start to finish. And that's the thing. You can decide where the finish is. It can be 20 minutes in. It can be 50 to 100 hours in. It is so incredibly fun and open. It just lets you do anything. All of the NPCs are scripted so incredibly. all I want to do is run around towns and talk to people. I've completed this game 5 times. It's the only game I've completed more than 3 times. It's just so fun. The combat is perfect. Like, it pauses for
It's
like
so
a couple
good.
seconds when you hit an enemy, just for like dramatic effect, and that slight little pause it does just adds so much, and it's so perfect. People were saying it's lagging, and I do kind of see what they mean, but it's never affected me too much that's been distracting.
Yeah.
All of the environments are done so well.
Mm-hmm.
Everything feels so realistic. The characters are funny when they need to be and serious when they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a single thing about this game that I don't like. It's just, it's so good. It is so good.
Also with the I just like how the elements work with each other so well.
Yeah. The physics engine. They did incredibly.
It's amazing. Like, you could be fighting a dude with a fire sword, and all of a sudden your leaf is on fire, and I mean, there's so much stuff that could happen. So many things that can happen. And you know what's funny? It's unpredictable. Like, what game? Skyrim.
Shut up. The first... don't you compare them. The first time that I realised that I could put wood and flint down and hit it with a metal blade and that starts a fire, like starts a campfire, it blew me away.
Yeah.
Like, some of the things you can get differences between a cooked apple and a baked apple.
Exactly.
Like, that's how incredibly deep they went. Like, it's so good.
And it's not, it doesn't feel scripted either. Like, it feels like, oh, I just did that. Like, I did it.
Yeah.
No, probably somebody else didn't do that. Like, I did that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was reading this guy saying, like, it was on a YouTube comment, and it's the shrine where you've got to get, there's a path of energy, and it's got to get from point A to point B. And so you're meant to do it by, like, shooting some arrow or setting up some fire thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
What they did was they just made, like, a line of metal weapons from one bit of electricity to the other, and because metal conducts, it sent the electronic current through all the way.
Wow.
And it's just little things like that.
Wow.
It's just incredible.
That's crazy.
The fights against guardians are so intense because you can get ancient arrows, but that doesn't always take them out in one hit. So there is that element, and especially, but like, ancient arrows are so difficult to come by. You can't just go boom 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 and spam it with ancient arrows to get rid of it quickly. You've got to be strategic. You've got to strike at the right points. The way that when you hit enemies in the eye, like, that's such a staple part of the game. But if you're shooting an enemy with an arrow, the fact that hitting it in its eye does more damage isn't something that's necessarily revolutionary.
Yeah.
But the way they build it into the world and then put it in the final boss battle as well, it's perfect.
It's so good.
In my opinion, it is the perfect game. And I am so insanely excited for Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, I can, as we know from multiple podcasts, we can definitely tell. Nah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Real quick, honorable mentions. Of course, Mario Odyssey. Didn't play a lot of Mario Odyssey though. Horizon Zero Dawn, really good game. But I think for that game being an open world game to come out right next to Legend of Zelda was kind of funny, because it's like that game kind of has walls you can't really climb or this and that, and Legend of Zelda say yeah, do anything. But no, it was a great game.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I've mentioned it every single episode, I think, but I've got a still unopened copy of it on my shelf, just staring at me. I'm gonna keep giving an update on that game, whether it's still sealed or not. And let me tell you, it's wearing that plastic wrap like a game that's not been opened.
Like a game that's not been opened. So yeah. So you guys, as you can tell with the few descriptions that we have so far, you can tell who's going for what game for game of the decade.
Yeah. Like you said, also Mario Odyssey, another incredible game that year. I played it from start to finish. There's some challenges in the post game that can get insanely difficult, like on the dark side of the moon and the darker side of the moon, which they're insanely challenging.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun, and you get some good rewards for doing them as well.
Nice. I'm about to play Legend of Zelda, man. I'm about to pick it up as soon as I get this drifting with my controller done.
Ooh, do you not have a pro controller?
Nope.
Dude, I need get on that. They're incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna get like new joysticks or whatever, Joy-Cons.
You have a GameCube controller though, don't you?
I do.
With the adapter, you can play Breath of the Wild with that and see how it goes.
I bet you I would be really good at it.
Well, I've done it before, and it's not as difficult as you think it would be. There's a couple of times where it's difficult because of the way like sprinting and jumping's on, I think it's Y, and then sprinting's on B. So you have to like reach over to the other side rather than just sort of like rolling up like you can.
I got you.
On the Joy-Cons, but
yeah, I got you.
It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah. 2018.
Do you want to go to 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
What a year! We were saying this before the show, but what a year this was.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
My game of the year for this year would have to be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
PlayStation 4.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider does.
The funny thing
is... Hits a guy anytime. Hits a guy with a building. Watch out! Spider-Man is a menace to the neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Did that joke go on for too long?
It did. It's alright. It's alright. I forgot about Spider-Man. Yeah, good game. Spider-Man was a really good game. Mine is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, well, that's one of the ones in my honorable mentions. I mean, with Spider-Man for me, I'm a massive Spider-Man fan. The swinging physics in that game were incredible.
So good.
The story was really compelling. Introducing the Sinister Six in the first game seemed like it'd be a massive challenge, but it did it to perfection.
Yeah.
All the characters were written so well. It's I think the only time I've ever cried at a video game.
Oh, wow.
When major spoilers, so just skip forward like 20 seconds here. But at the end, when Aunt May dies, I was genuinely crying.
That was sad.
Real tears.
That was sad. And it shows that Insomniac isn't scared to get rid of important characters. And it shows that, like, we don't really know what's coming with more Spider-Man games. Because that was a very big risk, and they took it, and it was really good. And seeing it at the end, it seems like we're going to finally see Venom. So... I think Insomniac has set themselves up for a good series of Spider-Man, and I kind of even think that this is probably even going to be better than the movies.
Yeah. Well, did you hear the song that Eminem did for the movie Venom?
Yeah.
It is awful. It's like he wrote a song and then was told he had to make it about the movie Venom. So just halfway through, he just goes, Venom! And like, that's it.
I haven't heard his album in a minute, so I kind of forgot. I know it's like I know the video kind of represents that, but I forgot. Yeah. So, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. Wow. Where can you start with Red Dead Redemption 2? I love it. And this is the story. This isn't Red Dead Online. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a story that has some of the most amazing characters and dialogue when you look at Dutch and you look at Arthur Morgan. Arthur Morgan develops into such a lovable character, and some of the lines coming from that, him being developed, is so well done. I love the shooting mechanics. I love the horses. I love the open world. I love just coming across people helping him. And I'm not trying to be funny, like literally, like you can tell that like the developers have seen what Skyrim did and implemented it in this game. Like you can totally tell with some of the unpredictability that happens in this game, and some of the scriptedness too. So this game I think this game is going to do a lot for open world games also, because of the depth of it and how big it is. And I put it over God of War only because it does a little bit more for me when it comes to that aspect. But God of War was amazing too. It's another PlayStation game that has literally two main characters. One's an NPC, one you play as, and they do such a great job and they complement each other so well. So it's just story-driven greatness from Sony. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, 2018.
And yeah, so I just want to give an honourable mention to Red Dead Redemption 2, because that wasn't one of mine, but you just spoke about that.
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Forza Horizon 4.
Ooh,
which is,
Forza 4
it was one
good.
of my favourite games of that year.
Forza 4 was good. I played that. That was really good.
Incredible. I love the Forza Horizon series.
It's
so
the
much.
best racing game. It is. It really is.
Yeah. And it's not strictly like 100% realistic either. Like they just added the Lego thing.
Yeah.
They've added a battle royale mode to it.
Which is nuts.
It's mental. I did an article about it on our website, which was mentioned in the ad break earlier. But you can go to WiiTalk's.com and look at a bunch of articles.
Yeah. Yeah.
2019.
The very last one.
So we talked about this last episode, so we're not going to go too in depth. I don't think. So if you want to hear more about this, head over to our last episode. But mine is of course Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Love the game. I've only played a little bit more of it since the last episode because I've just been so busy. But it does everything it tries to do, and it does it really interestingly. And even though it's a game that should be boring, I was not bored once.
Yeah.
So that's a massive testament to how good that game is.
I'm my honorable mention. I'm gonna say Death Stranding because I haven't played it. I know it's a bit of a niche game. I guess it's a little bit different, and that's what I like about it. And it's Hideo Kojima, and I saw him. That was awesome.
Wait, you saw Hideo Kojima?
Yeah, he was there at the Game Awards.
Oh,
yeah, I saw him in the flesh.
You were in his presence.
Yes, I was there. Or more, he was in my presence. No, I'm playing. He was there, man. It was awesome. I saw a whole bunch of people. Control is an honorable mention. I think that game, I didn't know how important that game was until I went to the Game Awards. Like, people really love that game.
Yeah.
Like, really love it. And apparently it's that good to be nominated as Game of the Year. Another one is The Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds is amazing, too. I love it.
Yeah.
It's not too long of a game, but it lets you kind of control how the outcome goes, and it's a really good game. I love it. Of course, mine is Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice for 2019.
Yeah. Just quickly, my honorable mentions before you talk more about Sekiro, if you want, would be they've slipped my mind. What are they? What?
The Outer Worlds. Were you gonna say Outer Worlds?
Yeah, Outer Worlds. Incredible game, incredible voice acting, really really fun. Untitled Goose Game is another good one.
Untitled Goose Game's good.
Honestly, I'm going to say Tetris 99 as well, because I've had a lot of fun with that this year. And another honorable mention for my favourite game of this year was the song Posthumous Forgiveness by Tame Impala.
What? Just the album? Like...
Just the song. The single was released
a
couple weeks ago.
Wow.
So just the song is one of my game of the years.
It's so good. It's just going in there. Like...
Yeah, exactly. It's 6 minutes long. It's about the same time I've put into... Skyrim, so
I'm done with you, man. Oh my goodness. 2019 Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's absolutely amazing. The combat is amazing. I don't know why people say that it's a hard game. It's not even that hard if you have the right tools. But no, it's great. It has a good little story. It follows everything like Dark Souls is, and I think it like From Software is so good at making games with this kind of mentality, with this kind of flow to it, and it's perfect. It's a really good game. I'm glad it's Game of the Year, and it's my Game of the Year for 2019.
Yeah, okay, so now it's time for us to debate for what is the best game of the decade. So we'll take up all of our nominations, and we've got to come up with the most coveted game of this decade. Again, like I said last week, this is a serious decision. This is going to be going on the front cover of games forever. This is massive.
Are we going to do what we did for Game of the Year and just do like Sekiro?
Well, no, because I know what yours is, and I know what yours is, and I know what mine is, and I refuse to combine those two together. I refuse.
It's The Legend of Skyrim.
No, it's not a legend. It's bad. Skyrim does not deserve to be melded with Breath of the Wild.
Elder Scrolls V, Breath of the Wild.
No, don't you dare. No, I refuse. Right, so as the person who created the website and created the YouTube channel and uploads the podcast, I have final say, and I say it's Breath of the Wild.
Oh, whatever. Put it up there.
How's that?
Go ahead.
How's that?
Go ahead and put it up there.
I'll do whatever I want, Curtis.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not allowing Skyrim to be Game of the Decade of this podcast. I can't allow it.
Okay.
I'm making it sound like I hate it a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. Look, it's just at the end of the day, you got yours, I got mine. I just look when I think of Game of the Decade, right? I just think of a game that has transcended gaming and pushed it forward.
Yeah.
And the game has done that. Like, the game has done that. And it's maintained, like, the popularity of itself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Has it, though?
It has. People have channels based off this game, right? Like, The
Gotcha.
modding community. Check out MXR. He's hilarious with Skyrim mods. Like, the modding community has done such a fantastic job. Todd Howard has put it on everything, plus your mother's back. Like, he's done it. Like, he's put it on everything. I mean, you can pick up a piece of wood outside and you can probably play Skyrim on it. Like, it's literally that accessible.
Yeah, because it's not that good.
How? That doesn't make any sense. Like, that logic doesn't make any sense.
He has to put it on all the consoles so that it actually sells decently. Whereas Breath of the Wild
game is already sold well.
2, and yeah, but
Breath of the Wild. Is Breath of the Wild on Wii U?
It's on Wii U as well.
Oh, ain't Breath of the Wild on No, it's only on those 2. Yeah, see, Breath of the Wild's only on 2.
Yeah, because it doesn't need to overcompensate.
Oh yeah,
with all those dumb fridge consoles or whatever. Look, right. I'm willing to say it's The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and then the way we'll combine it is just by adding Skyrim and like font size 12 at the end.
Skyrim.
Is that okay?
I think so. I think you could do a little better. We could do The Legend of Skyrim.
The
Breath of
Elder
Skyrim.
Scrolls Breath of the Wild. The Elder Scrolls Breath of the Wild, I reckon, is the the Breath of Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Or Skyrim of the Wild.
Skyrim of the Wild. That don't even make sense.
That's not bad.
That don't even make sense.
Shut up. You like Skyrim. Your opinion doesn't matter.
What were we about? Elder Scrolls Breath of the Wild. That was actually straight.
The Elder Scrolls Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah, that's
whatever you say, Curtis.
The Elder Scrolls Breath. I would play that game. Totally.
It's actually Breath of the Wild. I'm just saying that to make him feel better about himself.
Oh my god.
Should we move on to mystery item segment?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm doing the theme song. Oh, it's mystery item. What happens this week? Nobody knows. It's a mystery. So,
I can't believe you just did that.
I'm putting that in. I'm leaving it in.
That's what he said. We have too much fun on this podcast, man.
Right, so I got to do my bad joke. You got to do yours. Okay,
that was a good one, though.
That's what makes it fair.
That was a good one.
Whatever. So, mystery item segment. This is the segment where every single episode, apart from the 2 that we didn't do it, I come in here with something weird, wacky, or random that could be about video games. Sometimes it isn't, and we just talk it through. So,
okay.
This week I'm talking about. Yesterday I did an audition. I marched my way down to my local theatre and I did an audition because the company I work with is doing a production of Annie. So I auditioned for that. I got given the role.
I forgot you
President
can act,
Roosevelt.
low-key. You can act, can't you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I got given the role of President Roosevelt.
Oh wow.
Now, as we've discussed before on the podcast, my attempt at an American accent, it is not good.
No.
So.
No, it's not.
That's what I want to bring up because I reckon.
Which Roosevelt? Which Roosevelt are you?
The president, whichever one was President Roosevelt.
Okay, there's 2 President Roosevelts.
Is there?
Yeah. Which were you, the cowboy bullshit. One or the more?
Whichever one was in the 1930s or 40s or whatever.
Jesus. Oh, okay. So you have Teddy. What's the first name?
Oh no. The one that was in a wheelchair.
Oh, that's goddamn.
What a great podcast.
I know. We don't even know. I think that was Franklin D. Roosevelt.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, I think that was Franklin D. Roosevelt.
I'm pretty sure that's right. But it's whichever one's in Annie. So.
Yeah, it's Franklin D. Roosevelt. Yeah, I remember him having a wheelchair. Yeah, it was him for sure.
But yeah,
Teddy Roosevelt's the cooler one.
Oh, shut up. The thing is, I've got to learn how to do an American accent. So, Curtis, give me some tips. Live on air.
Give you some tips.
Yeah.
Live on air for an American accent.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try it now, and you've got to rate it out of 10.
Okay. Just lose your accent. And that's just how you do it.
No, that's not how accents work, Curtis. You've not got
Okay.
any understanding. Right, so I'll do one of the lines I auditioned with. This isn't a Roosevelt line. I auditioned as a different
Mm-hmm.
character. So I'm going to do one of the lines I did yesterday, if I can remember one. So, right. Annie, can we have a man-to-man talk? That's not bad, I don't reckon.
Say it one more time.
Annie, can we have a man-to-man talk?
That was okay. It was actually pretty decent. It was about a 7.
It's meant to be New York as well, so does that affect the score?
Oh, it kind of depends on how New Yorkish you're trying to do.
Quite upper class New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, about a 7. Yeah, that's about right.
But
That's all right.
obviously, if it's President Roosevelt, that's going to be closer to Washington. So, are there any major differences between the New York accent and the Washington accent?
Everything over there is kind of the same. If you're like deep in that area, you kind of have that Boston accent.
I'm walking
New
here.
Yorkers. Yeah, I'm walking here. You schmuck. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Get me one of them yellow cabs.
Oh my god. Well, the only thing with that is like it's the cabs. Like
Cabs.
you know. Yeah, you get the like you got something in your mouth. I don't know. Yeah. So
I got a
definitely.
pizza. I'm in the mafia.
I'm in the mafia. That was perfect. That was perfect. It's decent. It's decent. You gotta watch. Like you guys are surrounded by so much like American TV. Like you guys should just watch a lot of that.
Yeah,
Catch on.
absolutely.
Like I've been watching that Manchester United channel like every day, so I have a pretty decent like British accent.
Go for it.
Again, we've done this on episode 3.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the sequel, if you want.
Yeah, this is the sequel. He's like, what does he always start off with? Like, what is the thing he's always? He's like, Phil Jones, you bloody missed it. Yeah, you bloody missed it. I'll be dying.
You should voice all the characters in Pokemon Sword and Shield. They should add.
I should.
They should add vocal dialogue, and you can do all of that.
Oh yeah, because they are supposed to be like the British style Pokemon.
Yeah, it's meant to be set in like. There's some lines that are like. It's weird because some of it's like really London, which is down south, and then some of it's really like Manchester, which is the other end of the country. So
it's funny. It's funny when I read it. I'm like, what are they? What is going on? Your
still...
pants, mate. Your pants. I'm like, what in the world?
You're no good. Get out of here. You're rubbish.
Yeah, obviously. Like...
No. That's me saying that to you right now.
Okay.
But,
okay.
I've still not played any more Pokemon. Which one is it that I got? I can't even remember. But I've still not played any more of it since that last episode. I think it was...
Oh my god.
I got whichever one you didn't get.
Okay, I got Shield.
So I got Sword then.
Yeah.
Okay, one extra thing that was gonna be a mystery item, but I'll just throw it in here as a little bonus thing. Anyone who has any knowledge on like making PES mods and option files, please get in contact with me because I'm embarking on a little project. What I'm doing is PES 2020 for the PS4. I've been really into it. I am trying to mod in my local team. It's got a stadium capacity of about 400. It is down the road from me. No one has ever heard of it. It's completely non-league, basically. They're like 2 leagues below League 2. But I want to try and mod them into the game with like an option file sort of thing. So I know how to make the kits. It's on like PES Master or something. And I've made the home kit to the best of my abilities. I've put it in the game, but it's all about... I'm not sure if there's a way I can make a custom stadium. Because I know you used to be able to do it in the older PES. I'm not sure if there's a way I can mod that in. I'm not sure if there's a quicker way to make players than just doing it straight up in the game. It's just doing all of that and figuring out how to then export it and maybe upload it online, or like asking people I know if they'd be interested in downloading it or whatever. It's just trying to learn how to do that. Please get in contact with me if you have any knowledge on how to make PES stuff like that. I would be really cool.
It. Yeah, that would be really cool.
I'd be tempted to share it online, but then like I live in a really small town, so I don't want to give that away straight up online.
Yeah,
because it'd be impossibly easy to find me after that. Although
Yeah, and all the Skyrim people are after you.
if you do happen to find me, give me some money. So that's all I've got to say.
Give me some money. Hey, can I break some news real quick that I just learned?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you can now see your 2019 Nintendo Switch stats on this new Nintendo website.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. It doesn't work in UK yet though, which was disappointing.
Oh, it doesn't work in the UK?
No, it's only in America at the moment. But hopefully that, because like I went onto that and I put my account details in and it just went, you don't have an American Switch system. Please buy one. I was like, oh, okay. So hopefully like it'll go up on the UK website tomorrow and I'll be able to do it then.
So what makes it an American Switch system? Because it has a Boston accent? I don't know.
I'm switching here.
I'm switching it. Hey, yo, Molly, give me a kebab.
What? What? That was.
Oh man, I could totally. Yo, if we meet, so me and my man Jay, we're thinking about doing like a new like red versus blue for Halo Reach. We're gonna grab you and do some voice work.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
You'd be like the UNNC like British import guy.
Oh, I'm 100% up for that.
Yeah, I think it would be super funny.
I'm watching the Celtic match. We just missed a free kick.
We need to get that channel open.
Awful.
I'm gonna talk to my man Kevin about it too. I'm gonna be like, hey man, we could do this. We could do this football channel with my mans.
I shouldn't be watching a football match in the background of a podcast. It's so distracting. But also, just quickly, one last thing. It's not confirmed yet, but I'm hoping to head to VidCon in London in February, which is like a massive YouTuber event. If anyone, I know it's a massive event, so if anyone listens to the channel, because I know we get about like 200 listeners per episode now, which is mad. So if anyone sees me, like, genuinely feel free to come up to me. I know there's people with less listeners that get people coming up and talking to them out there. I've talked to like a couple people who do other podcasts, and they're like, oh yeah, I've met a couple people around about. So that'd just make my day if you see me anywhere, but especially at VidCon. If I'm there, I'll give people updates close to the time. But yeah, so that's going to be absolutely massive. Dope. And I think around that same time, the Pokemon Center is reopening in London, so I'll have to check that out.
Oh, that's so cool.
But
that's so cool.
Should we wrap this up then?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 10, the first double-digit episode of the WiiTalk podcast. It's insane that we've done this, and it also it marks our Game of the Decade episode and the end of our 2019, because I think we're going to take a couple weeks off and come back in January. But
nice.
This is absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. I'm Niall Edwards. You can find my YouTube channel, Dr. Nintendo. I'm uploading there twice every week from this point on, and that's not like a limited thing. That's not like an until the end of 2019 thing. That's just like now until the end of... We scored! Yes! From now until the end of time.
Oh my god.
Big Ryan Christie. Was it Christie or was it Frimpong? I couldn't quite tell. Incredible goal though. I just about saw it hit the net. But I'll keep an eye on that as I talk. But yeah, absolutely go check out that channel because I've got a lot of stuff going on there soon. Was it Frimpong? Nah, Frimpong played it through to Christie, I think, and then Christie, incredible goal from Christie. Gets it right through the defence. How's he done that? Oh no, was it Edward to... I think it was Edward to Forrester Christie. They move so quick. The passing game of Celtic is so strong. This is torture for people who don't like football. But
and they're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was Edward to Forrester Christie. That's incredible passing from them. But yeah, so go check out Dr. Nintendo. Also check out the WiiTalk YouTube channel. I'm gonna start a PES either Become a Legend or Master League series over there. So go and check that out. Also, my Twitter is @TheNileEdwards, and I have an Instagram account with the same name. I also have an Instagram account which is a lot more active called @PicturesOfMeHoldingThings, where almost every day I post a picture of me holding just a random object around my house.
Oh my goodness.
It is the best account. It is so good. So yeah, go check that out. Curtis, over to you. What do you want to plug?
Yeah, of course, the Seoul Dojo gaming channel. That's and then Seoul, like the place in Korea. South Korea, not North. Yeah, SEOUL, the Seoul Dojo. That's my channel where we're doing reviews We're doing discussions, and we're doing podcasts. Of course, our podcast does every other Wednesday. On Twitter, I'm Callie from the Dojo. I'll say it again, Callie from the Dojo. And then on Instagram, I'm Dope Dirty Coutinho with two, what do you call those? Underscores? Two underscores. And I love doing this podcast. I love doing WiiTalk. Make sure you guys subscribe to the WiiTalk podcast and like the video because it does a lot for me and Niall.
Also, just quickly, sorry that the last episode hasn't come out on YouTube yet. It'll go up probably at the same time as this one. I went to sleep after I uploaded it to the podcasts, and I think I remember putting it up, so I think I dreamt that I uploaded the podcast, and then didn't upload it in real life. So I'm sorry about that. That'll be going up at the same time as this. And then sorry that this episode is a couple of days late. It's just Christmas, it's that time of year again. Yeah. Everything's happening at once. It's a lot going on.
Just came back.
Yeah. So I think we're going to take a couple of breaks over Christmas, maybe come back in mid-January sort of time.
Nice.
Keep your eyes out for that football channel that we'll probably be working on as well.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That'll be great.
That'd be great.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I'm on the verge of falling asleep here. I shouldn't have lied down to do this. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of the WiiTalk podcast. I've been Niall, I've been joined by Curtis Russell, and we will see you in a bit. Goodbye.
Peace.
Skyrim sucks.
Oh, wow.